Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
It's like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away, ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let them hate.
So if you're watching this video right now, that means that I basically double uploaded for the first time in a very long time, and also that the Los Angeles Lakers are the now 2020 NBA champions. Over all the worries, all the abandonment, and also all the doubts that happened for the Lakers in this entire new era over these last 2 years, they finally did it, and they actually pulled it off. So ever since I became a fan of the NBA and a fan of LeBron James especially, I noticed that these past 2 seasons for LeBron James, his time spent as a Laker has been, for some weird reason, not really for some weird reason, there's a reason, they're Laker fans. These past 2 years has been some of the more toxic 2 years of LeBron James's entire career. I remember when he first signed with LA, a lot of people were weirded out and kind of confused as to how they would approach the situation because LeBron's one of LeBron's biggest rivals, even though he literally never faced him throughout the NBA Finals, which is pretty weird. We're Kobe fans. Kobe fans, and one of the bigger debates, at least, well, it used to be at least, was Kobe versus LeBron and who was better and blah, 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 blah. And so, having LeBron enter Lakerland, Kobe Nation, and just enter himself in this realm really confused a lot of people. And even some fans were like, oh, we don't want you here. And I remember people would go ahead and paint murals and stuff like that, while other fans, other Laker fans specifically, would go ahead and tarnish murals and write things like 3 and 6 or 3 and 6, we don't want you, LeChoke, stuff like that. And throughout the entirety of last season, it took Laker fans a heck of a lot of time to actually become accepting of LeBron James and the type of player that he is, and also, you know, all of his fans. I remember whenever LeBron James would miss a clutch shot or be kind of cheeks in the fourth quarter, which happens to literally everybody, especially throughout the regular season, certain Laker fans would go ahead and tweet out things and say things like, oh, I wish we had Kobe, man. Oh, Kobe wouldn't have missed that. Directly correlate a poor LeBron James situation or moment with Kobe Bryant, and then they would spam Kobe Bryant highlights throughout the entire time. I was on Twitter, Instagram, and across all social media platforms, and immediately compared that man to LeBron James, as if this entire organization and team wasn't buns before they even signed LeBron. Another thing that made the Lake Show seem like a complete show was the fact that injuries happened throughout the entirety of the season. I remember guys like Rajon Rondo got hurt early on to the season. Guys like Lonzo Ball got hurt in the middle of the season. How Kuzma had his time down, and also Brandon Ingram went down with like blood clots towards the end of the season. And also, as we all know and as y'all remember, that Christmas Day that the Los Angeles Lakers went ahead and faced the Golden State Warriors, and LeBron James, the Lakers were dominating. Everybody was killing it. Zoe was looking crazy. But was Zoe playing? I don't really remember actually. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, LeBron James gets hurt on Christmas Day, and that basically derails the Lakers' playoff hopes. And in that point in time, I believe that they were like the 4th seed. That also went very wrong. Now I remind you that the Lakers last year weren't expected to go ahead and win a championship because Zoe, Ingram, and also Kuzma Hart, all those dudes, they just weren't a playoff team. This was a very weird mix. I remember guys like Lance Stevenson was a part of this roster, which was kind of an awkward fit. And there would be times where that he was literally the only source of pure entertainment for the Lakers because of his antics on the court, doing a little guitar thing and stuff like that. There were so many new faces, so many new things, and so many new narratives taking place all at one time. And also, in the midst of all that, I remember that there was a certain game, an away game for the Los Angeles Lakers. They were playing like the Indiana Pacers, and I remember that man Brandon Ingram was stepping up to the free throw line, trying to knock down his too easy. And all of a sudden, all you hear around the entire arena is that LeBron's gonna trade you. LeBron's gonna trade you. LeBron's gonna trade you.
Percent during those 4 games. He has averaged 22 over the last 7, so it's been a nice run for him offensively.
Knocks down the first of 2.
Lakers still last in free throw shooting in the NBA at 68.9%.
Well, once you get down that low,
honestly, we all knew it was gonna happen. Once LeBron got there, we all knew that it was bound to happen. This is what he's like known for. But to have it happen to young players last year in an entire new situation, that's just not good for team chemistry. I remember there's like a picture in that same game, I believe, there's a picture of LeBron James sitting very far away from the rest of his teammates, just isolating himself in the corner, looking like a loner, looking like he was hella pissed. All of that stuff happened. The Lakers and LeBron James went through so much adversity last year, and to put the cherry on the top of all this madness, I remember as if it was yesterday that their GM or someone, I don't know, the head of basketball operations, whatever part that Magic Johnson played, he randomly walked away from that entire organization and said, hey, I'm not built for this, man. I'm not cut for this. Once he didn't land Anthony Davis, and sometimes here and there he would be criticized for the way he pieced together this entire roster and how he handled the Anthony Davis situation, in which he really couldn't handle that well. So that too really demoralized the entire situation, and so many fingers were being pointed. And that man, Rob Pelinka, he was viewed as a snake. Funny because he was a Kobe's agent, but he wasn't liked at all, and a lot of Lakers fans wanted Jeanie Buss to go ahead and fire that man. So many things were going on, so much adversity, so many thoughts, so much worries, and so much overthinking. To now, leading up, all that led up to this point right now, to where I'm making this video and I'm watching LeBron James or Anthony Davis hold up that Finals MVP, and also seeing that the Lakers were crowned 2020 NBA champions, and they were initially counted out towards the very beginning of the season, and as the season went on, and as the Los Angeles Clippers supposedly gotten better. All these commercials hyping up Kawhi Leonard. Oh, I'm the new king of LA. Like, bro, shut up. Like, all that stuff. Paul George coming over saying that, oh, the Clippers were expected to win a championship, and then switching up a couple months later once they get eliminated and saying, oh, you know what I'm saying, this wasn't a do or die or situation over there, and they need more time to gel together. Whatever. Literally, so many players on this Los Angeles Lakers team were new to each other. Dwight Howard, he made his return. He never played with most of these guys before in his career, if not most than any of them. Rajon Rondo, this is only his second year as a Laker, just like LeBron James. Anthony Davis, he's brand new. Jared Dudley, that man's actually a solid voice in the locker room and also out there on the bench and stuff like that. And then, hold on, I didn't even mean to forget, KCP, he's not new, but he stepped up his play dramatically. The Lakers had so many worries and so many issues, and were literally the worst three-point shooting team in the league last year. They're still one of the worst, but they found a way to make it work and figured out all those kinks that they had throughout these last 2 years, 24 months. This is one of the more impressive championships in recent history. I'm not gonna say of all time because that's kind of crazy, but in recent history, you're talking about a 2-year span, being a team that was out of the playoffs last year to now in the playoffs, the #1 seed in the Western Conference, and also the #1 team to finish out the NBA Finals. This right here, all this adversity makes this championship so much sweeter than what it would have been if they did end up landing a Kawhi Leonard or a Paul George or whatever third star that they missed out on. This championship right here means so much, and I ain't gonna lie, the Lakers fans live it up, and LeBron James just won his 4th ring, and man, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not ready to go ahead and see these old washed up arguments about LeBron James being the GOAT and MJ versus LeBron. I don't want to see things like that on ESPN First Take, and I'm not gonna watch things like that. But just know that this championship was well deserved. I want you to remember one last thing. At one point, things got so bad that it was suggested that LeBron James should be traded. You don't believe me? I said it. I'm gonna say it one more time. LeBron James should be traded. That was suggested last year, mid-game against the Boston Celtics. Roll that clip.
A trade with, for an Anthony Davis, or I think they need to explore trading LeBron for getting as much as they can.
What are you doing? Seriously. No, seriously, what are you doing?
No, you got to get on the right timeline. If I could trade him for the Clippers into cap space, which would give me a better chance to get Durant or Kawhi Leonard.
And here we are now, that man hoisting up that 2020 NBA championship for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's something that many of us thought last year was damn near impossible for them to attain. Trade LeBron James, they say. The Lakers ain't gonna win, they say. Anthony Davis, y'all gave up way too much for them, they say. They said all that just for them to be proven wrong. I love it when they doubt, because right when you prove them wrong, that's when they go ahead and shut their mouth. This is the end of the video though, man. I really do appreciate you guys for coming over here on my channel and seeing what I have to talk about today. That's hella dope of you for you to do. And also I want you to make sure that you go ahead and leave a like on this video, comment, like, subscribe, share this video, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And besides all that, I really do hope that you make your day great. I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the surf, free the way, told my girl